Dr. Threlkeld, I have so much faith in. Her judgment is impeccable. She's a very intelligent, brilliant actually, a compassionate person.
Absolutely, Mum. She is very compassionate. I didn't think about that word, but that's absolutely right.
I really think the eye is the window to the soul or to the body. You can see manifestations of diabetes, systemic disorders like arthritic conditions, inflammatory conditions, and all of that is visible just through the eye. It's a very visual type of science. I was originally attracted to ophthalmology during a required course at my medical school, Johns Hopkins. Immediately, the examination techniques, the level of sophistication, the complexity of the patients, that attracted me on day one. I also am very interested in the fact that you can see patients of all ages, from young adulthood to the elderly, and be able to take care of all of their problems in that time period or within multiple time frames. There are two major types of patients or cases that I like, and one is the very complicated, multifactorial type of patient that has glaucoma as a manifestation of something else, or a complicated glaucoma. There's 42 different kinds of glaucoma. So when I walk in, I'm a little bit of a detective, and I have to know a lot of history, including some very early history in their life, all their medications, and I love kind of ferreting through what their exact diagnosis is. Rather than, well, the pressure's up, they've got glaucoma, I like to know what the mechanism is, because there's mechanisms behind each type of glaucoma. So that really intrigues me, and I get very excited about that. The other kind of patient is a little more straightforward. They're the individual that have had a slowly progressive loss of vision over time due to a cataract, and that can become very debilitating, and they can lose their function, and their quality of life can go down. And then to do the very elegant surgical procedure of cataract removal and then have them the next day just beaming and crying because they can finally see things again, that's extremely rewarding, and I love that too.
When I came here from overseas 7 years ago, Dr. Threlkeld treated me for glaucoma.
When Mum first came to Dr. Threlkeld, her eyes were a mess. I mean, they had been let go. You were on, I don't know how many drops a day, 22 drops a day or something, because Dr. Threlkeld doesn't believe in doing surgery. That's another thing about her. Yeah. She doesn't believe in doing surgery unless it's absolutely necessary. Yeah. She'll try everything else first. It took her time, but she's fixed Mum's eyes, you know. I mean, she's done a great job. Every time we bump into somebody and they say, oh, you know, I've got problems with my eyes, I say, well, there's only one person to go to, and that's Dr. T.
If I had 3 messages to give my patients, they would be, number one, that I deeply personally care about them as human beings. Secondly, I love ophthalmology. I will get up every morning happy to do my job. It's always interesting, there's always something new, and it's kind of nice to know that your doctor loves what they do, and I sure do. And then finally, I have very high standards of ability for myself and for anybody that works with my patients. I think I've learned that through role models, not only my family, but also through my medical training. I was very privileged to be with some very wonderful mentors, and so the standards are there. More than the science and the technology, I think caring for humans is a privilege and my main impetus.